Hello and welcome to day 22 of the Corona Yoga Challenge. We are still going up, still needing to be safe. Please check my website for all the details here on how to keep safe, supporting materials, other yoga videos that you might like. Do share this if you think you've got friends who would like it. And today's practice is really dedicated to Kay Hush, a friend of mine who I've not seen for years, but she died this week of cancer, really sadly. And she was such a wonderful person, and she was a lovely, lovely yoga teacher. She was just adorable, and I'm feeling a bit sad about that. So this yoga practice is for Kay Hush. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to come into bridge pose. Bridge pose was one where I remember meeting Kay over this pose. We were both on teacher training together. That's why we met over at the bridge pose. So you're going to come onto your back and you're just going to lie comfortably with your feet close in towards your hips. You're going to let your hands come wide onto the floor so that you're nice and relaxed. And then we're going to do this two ways. We're going to do this the way that Kay did it to start with, which is that you're going to press into your feet. You're going to lift strongly up through your hips, so you're really, really strong in the buttocks and in the legs. And you're going to feel that sense of connection down to the ground and the kind of widening across the back of the chest that you can get the back of the rib cage. And you're just going to breathe evenly and keep that feeling of support from behind. And then you're going to let your hips come down, let them settle onto the ground. Just give yourself a moment to see how that feels. And now we're going to do it in a completely different way. So both have their benefits, and this is the way that Kay was being taught, and this is one of my really strong memories of Kay. So from the same position, lying on your back nice and soft, you're going to lift up with your hips, so we're still nice and steady down through the feet. We've still got activity through the legs, but it's a general activity all the way through the body. Now what you're going to do is you're going to drop your pelvis down more, so we get that lifting up through the tummy sensation, and we focus more on the movement across the shoulders. So more on that width across the upper back. And then that dropping down feeling here. You can lift your hips a little bit higher, but we're keeping with that really lovely back bend sensation whilst we're here. And then you're going to press into one foot, lift the hip on that side. Press into the other foot, lift that side. And you're just going to go back and forth a couple of times, nice and smoothly. Notice what's happening through the front of the body, down through the kind of fronts of the tummy as you come from one side to the other side. And then bring your hips back to the centre. Now as we come down, we're going to keep dropping our hips down, down, down towards the floor. We're going to keep the back of the waist higher off the floor. So we're going to end up with our deeper and deeper back bend. And you'll feel that lovely arching up through the spine. And then soften back onto the floor, so you take the back of the waist down towards the floor, so we're dropping the back of the waist back, so it settles onto the floor. And then come back to neutral. And you'll notice it's a different way of working, different muscles in the body are being asked to become more active. So from here, if you bring yourself round and into all fours. So a nice comfortable all fours position. You're going to start to arch the back up and then release the back of the waist down. So just move back and forth a couple of times to waken up your spine. This time back is arching up. Just hold that for a moment so we get that real feeling of space through the back of the spine, or through the back little area of each vertebrae. And then bring yourself back to nice neutral all fours position. We're going to come up and into all fours from here. So we're going to walk our hands back and up our legs.
So come into your forward fold, so soft knees, arms resting onto your thighs or hands, so that we've got a folding forwards, but we're really, really well supported so that the back is comfortable. Bend through your knees, soften through your knees, start to lift up through the pelvic floor, up through the tummy, let your hands come up as you come up, all the way up and overhead, and hands come down to your heart. And then we're going to come to another pose that I associate with Kay very strongly, and it's Warrior One. I think I'm going to have to sorry about the noise. Big step back for you to be able to see me for this one. So Warrior One, you're going to take a step forward with one pose, and we're going to do it K style. So you're going to have a smallish step. You're going to have your front knee bent. You're going to let the back of the body feel really, really wide and soft. So we're really connecting with that width across the back of the body. And then you're just going to let your hands just easily float up. Elbows going to be a little bit bent and in front of you. You can connect down through that back heel to get that feeling of life coming up through the back leg. You're going to just take that nice big wide breath. And a big smile for Kay. Hands come down, feet settle onto the floor, and then we'll come to the opposite side. So again, just a smallish step, the front knee is bending over the front foot, back of the body is nice and soft and wide and relaxed, so we've got a feeling of aliveness up through the body, but it's really a big feeling of opening. You're going to let your hands come up, elbows soften slightly forwards, hands are facing in towards one another. Breathing is steady. Taking step into your front foot, bringing yourself back to standing. We're going to come to that first side again. It's the same thing, just a comfortable step for you so you feel really settled. The weight is grounded down through the feet so we're nice and just feel like we're in our own space. Hands are going to float up, elbows come slightly forwards, back of the body stays wide. And then taking a step forwards and to your second side. So a comfortable step back, hands come up, elbows bend, back of the body stays soft. And then taking weight into your other foot, settle your weight back down again. We're going to come to a seated twist from here. So if you want to bring yourself, do take a block if you would like one. If you want to bring yourself so that you're sitting out with your legs out in front to start with. Oh, to move away again. So from just a comfortable seated position, you're just going to easily cross the legs together. So they're very, very loose, very, very easy. And what we're looking for most of all is that feeling of lift up from the lower back so that the hands can just rest onto the legs. You're going to take one hand onto your tummy and you're just going to ease your hand round on your tummy away from the hand on your legs. So you can keep softening the shoulders down as you spiral round. Bringing yourself back to the centre and then to the opposite side. Same thing, nice smooth movement. Just allow your body to ease round. Bring yourself back to the centre and you're going to come to your first side again. So just easily, smoothly sliding round into the open space. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Bring yourself to the centre and other side. You're going to bring your legs all the way back, or your body all the way back to the centre, and then we're going to cross the other leg over, and we're going to do our breathing with our other leg crossed over, so we end up with a kind of even position for us. So from here, just a nice feeling of being able to sit easily. We're going to do a little bit of our Ujjayi breathing, so that soft, easy ocean breath out, or Darth Vader if you prefer. So you're going to just do it nice and gently. I'll do a little bit more noisily so you can hear, and you're going to start, if you've not done this before, with the mouth open. Breathe. Imagine you're breathing out onto a mirror,
and then gently letting the lips close so that you're just following your breath. And then let your breathing settle back to normal. So my challenge for you today is to think of a friend that you've not got in touch with and just make that actual step. I thought about it last week, but I didn't actually get in touch, so wish I had. And my quote for you today is Charles Reid. Charles Reid. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny. So congratulations for you doing yoga. This is the start of the futures that we want. Wishing you all the very best for today. Thank you.